Hello, I'm Chris, Suffolk Record Collector, back again with some more records to show. We've got 7, I think, to show. From the 60s through. So, let's get into it. Right, first one. A record, I've never owned this one before. It's from '66. It's a sort of a psychic blues album, and it's an outlet classic from that period. That's Cream with Fresh Cream. Back cover is a bit dirty there, and it's a bit creased, you know, but it's all there. This is a UK first pressing, mono pressing from '66 on Reaction Records. This is a VG Plus copy. Sounds really nice. This is not a mono. I'm sorry. This is a stereo. This is the first stereo from '66. Aussie Cream, featuring Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, and I forget his bloody name. Jack Bruce. It's a brilliant album. Like I say, I've never actually owned this one before. I do have Cream records in the collection, but not this one. So I was really stoked to find this because it's not easy to find at all, especially getting into a listenable condition. So really pleased to have found that. And when I found this, I found another Cream record at the same time, and that was a mono. And I have a stereo of it, but not a mono. And that is the next album from '67. You know what it is. An absolute classic. Disraeli Gears. Again, this is a first mono pressing from '67, and the condition of this is lovely. The cover is, fantastic. Really, it's all there. Really nice, fully laminated cover, which always helps. Again, on Reaction Records. VG Plus copy. This is the one that contains Strange Brew and Sunshine of Your Love. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant album, and it's got the other one on here is big track is Tales of Brave Ulysses. Like I say, 1967 first mono UK, true first mono UK as well. It's got all the rights and everything are correct for it. It can be a bit of a minefield to find out exactly which one pressing you have, but yeah, really stoked to have found that. So I've got a mono and a stereo of that, of Disraeli Gears. So staying with the blues theme. An album that is just freaking it's a heavy album, but it is bluesy rock. Phenomenal. It's a phenomenal record. Really is a phenomenal record. It sounds phenomenal, and it's not one that you find a lot in really nice condition. I'll get into that in a moment because the cover. But what is the album? Well, we're talking about Rory Gallagher from 1973 release, called Tattoo, in stunning condition, because this cover is a very, very flimsy near paper cover. It is card, but it's of the thinnest sort of stock card, and it's got this, like, I don't know, vellum feel to the outside. I'm not saying that it is vellum, but it's got that sort of feel to it, Weird, textured but not textured, I think you know what I mean. And they don't seem to survive very well. But this is from '73, and this is an absolute fantastic album. Released on Polydor. Beautiful condition, true near-mint condition on this one. That's phenomenal. I mean, tracks on here. We'll go for the tracks on here. Side A, Tattooed Lady, Cradle Rock, 2020 Vision. They don't make them like you anymore, and Living Like a Trucker. Side 2, we have Sleep on a Clothesline, Who's That Coming, A Million Miles Away, which is just a phenomenal track, and Admit It. Yeah. Heavy blues rock, of the highest caliber. There isn't much, higher caliber than this. His guitar work on here is absolutely mind-blowing. As I say, this is from '73. Where this comes in his catalogue, I'm not sure. It's fairly early, but well worth checking out. Tattoo, if you have never heard it. Yeah, check it out. Very young Rory Gallagher there by the looks of it. 73. But yeah, phenomenal. Alright, next. Before I talk about the record, I want to talk about a series of reissues that EMI released in 1997, called the EMI 100 series, celebrating 100 years of EMI. Now, about 3 years ago, I was around my mates, and he said, "Oh, Chris, have a listen to this." And he got a copy of Parallel Lines by Blondie. He stuck it on, and Jesus, that was phenomenal sound. I'd not heard anything like it. It was really, really good. So that got me thinking. And anyway, he was showing me and telling me about them. He said that these are DMM cuts from '97 that EMI released. They're all limited editions, released in '97. They've released 45 classic albums from their catalogue, with some real good ones that I've been looking for ever since. And I've been looking for these records ever since. You can go online and buy them, but I've been looking out in the wild and stuff, and I've now just found one. So what one did I find? Some of these as well can be very expensive, because they released stuff like Ziggy Stardust. They released Stand Up by Death Row Hotel. I haven't heard those ones, and Killer by Iron Maiden. 2 Queen albums, Night at the Opera and Day at the Races. I haven't actually heard those, but the ones I have heard, they've all sounded amazing. And the one I found, I'm now going to show, sound quality wise, is amazing. I don't think I've heard this record sound as good. So what is the record? Okay, we have Deep Purple, Machine Head. And that says here EMI 100, not 300, sorry. EMI 100, so 100 years of EMI. So they've reproduced the album cover. And this is a double album, okay? So you get 2 records. Yeah, and they're both on purple vinyl. So you get an album of remasters. So You get the 1997 remaster album of, which has 2 tracks of quadraphonic mix. So maybe Leo and Lazy, the quadraphonic mix. Okay, so you get that remastered. The original album from the original tapes remastered, which sounds amazing. The sound of these are DMM cuts done at Abbey Road, but they sound phenomenal. They really, really do sound phenomenal. And then you get another album where Deep Purple, they've remixed the album, completely remixed the album, which is the 1997 remix. And that sounds pretty good to me. Some people might not like the remix a bit because they have changed bits of it here and there, because they've put it to how it said here in the liner notes. This is how the band originally wanted the album to sound more like this. And they've added the track When a Blind Man Cries, because that was originally down for Machine Head, evidently, but that got rejected at some point. So the band wanted it on there, but that didn't actually appear on there. So they've actually added that back, remixed that, and that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Again, on purple vinyl, released in '97. There's a limited edition. I don't know how many of these are about. This is a scarce pressing of this record, I believe. Sound wise, actual sound quality wise, it's fantastic on both records. So you get the original master from the master tapes, remastered, yeah, taken from the original master tapes, and you get this one, which is remixed. I think some people are not going to like the remix. I quite like that, and it really does sound good. It really does sound good. A bit more airy than the original. Yeah. So I'm really, really pleased to have found this. This is not an easy record to find. So I can add that to the Deep Purple collection. That's Machine Head, Deep Purple. It was the actual 25th anniversary edition. So next, 2 records from the same band again. I've now completed their run of albums, original run of albums, from '69. They released their first one in 1970, not 69. Was it 69? No, I think it was 1970. And released the last one in 1980, so a 10-year period where they released albums. This is a live album of theirs from '77. It's fucking brilliant. It is brilliant. And that is Gentle Giant, the official live playing the Fall. And that's the tour they done. This was taken on the '76 European leg of the tour in '76. This was released in '77. It's released on Christmas. I don't think this has ever been played. It's beautiful condition and it sounds amazing. And it's an amazing sounding live record, actually. It really, really is. Yeah, they're at their absolute peak here. The musicianship on here is fantastic. Track listing is very, very good. So it's a double album. Track listing on here. Side 1, just the same. Proclamation and On Reflection. Side 2, excerpts from Octopus and Funny Ways. Side 3, The Runaway, Experience and So Sincere. Side 4, Freehand, Breakdown in Brussels, Peel the Paint and I Lost My Head. Absolutely fantastic record. Lovely condition. And like I say, I now have every, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago I set out on that journey to get every Gentle Giant album in UK first press. And with this one and another record that I found, which I'll show next, I have completed that journey, that collection. Well, I say I have. I've got one record. I mean, everything is in beautiful condition apart from one. One record is VG, so it needs to be upgraded. But that's for future videos or whatever. But the other one I found, ironically, the record by Gentle Giant that has completed my collection is another record released in '77, and ironically it's called The Missing Piece. Released in '77, this is the UK first pressing on Chrysalis Records again. It's original inner. On Chrysalis, beautiful condition, really is nice. These Gentle Giant records didn't get played, did they? People bought them and didn't play them. It's got to be that, innit? For me, Gentle Giant are the quintessential prog band. Everything prog is Gentle Giant. They're amazing. This album from '77 that gets overlooked a lot is an amazing album. It really is a good one. Well worth investigating. If you're new to Gentle Giant, this may be one you want to investigate first, because it's a tad more accessible than some of their earlier stuff. So side 1, you've got 2 weeks in Spain. I'm turning around. Brilliant. Betcha thought we couldn't do it. Brilliant. Who do you think you are? Mountain Time. Side 2, As Old as You're Young. Memories of Old Days, Winning and For Nobody. Brilliant stuff, and so pleased to have found this. They're not hard to find. Gentle Giant albums, yes, the earlier ones tend to be a bit harder to find, and the first 4 are all, if you want to get a first press collection like I have, they're all Vertigo swells. So you're going to have to negotiate that way. But there are Spaceship reissues of those 4 albums, but they're not easy to find either. They're a lot cheaper, but good luck with that. I mean, I have, in 5 years, I've found one of the Vertigo Spaceship ones, reissues. So I don't think they issued many at all. So that's Gentle Giant. Really pleased to have found that, and check this one out, The Missing Piece. It is a good album from them. More accessible than previous records. Next, we have the only record that I needed from this guy. I've got 2 of his other records, and I don't need any more, so complete again. So it's his first 3 records, basically. Got his first one, his third one release. I didn't have this one, which was his second release, a self-titled album called Joe Cocker. This is brilliant. This is an original UK first pressing from 1970. Maybe 71. I think it's 70. Yeah, 1970 on Regal's Onophone. Stereo. in beautiful condition. Look at that. Absolutely stunning condition. Now I have the first album, with a little help from my friends, where he's on there with Jimmy Page is on there, and Stevie Winwood and others. This time he's backed by completely different. He's backed by the Grease Band and Leon Russell. That's all over this. Leon Russell's all over this. I mean, the track was on here. You got Dear Landlord, Bird on the Wire, Lordy Miss Claudie, She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, Hitchcock Railway, That's Your Business, Something, Delta Lady, and Hello Little Friend, which both Delta Lady and Hello Little Friend are Leon Russell numbers. And lastly, Darling Be Home Soon, which was a John Sebastian number. Yeah, his voice in that on here is just fucking brilliant. Really, really good. His rendition of Something on here is fantastic. Delta Lady is just a phenomenal track. Yeah, so well worth, if you've not heard this one, well worth searching out, see if you can find a nice copy. It's going to be a long while to get a nice copy of this. It's not a rare record at all. But this is his early career, and I think this album, with a little help from my friends in this album, took his best, without a doubt. And then you've got Mad Dogs and Englishmen, which is a great album. Those three I have. I don't need any more Joe Cocker albums whatsoever. And lastly, a little news item. Wow. I was on my phone yesterday. I was scrolling through yesterday morning having breakfast, and a notification come through, like on my news feed. I thought, oh, what? Nah, you got to be kidding. And I pressed it. Nah, I wasn't kidding. It wasn't kidding at all. So what is it? I'll just share it with you, because a while ago, 6 months, a year ago, maybe, something like that, I issued this record. Terry Reid, Seed of Memory, which is an absolutely fantastic album. This is a US, original US first press. UK editions of this record have a different cover, but it's called Seed of Memory. Same record. Phenomenal. If there's a list of 100 records ever made, yeah, I would expect this to be on there. That's that good. It's that good a record. Right, anyway. So, the news feed was about Terry Reid, yeah. At the end of this summer, he has organised a UK tour. It's going all over the UK, Scotland and Wales. He's coming to Cambridge in September, which is just like 20 miles up the road from me. So, just in case any of this passes you by, I mean, he's gone all over the UK, Portsmouth, Sheffield, London, Manchester, all over, everywhere. Towards the end of, in the end of the summer. So I just thought I'd share that with you, so you can go online or whatever. If if you know Terry Reid, you're going to probably want to go and see him. So I just thought I'd share that with you. That came up on my news feed. With that, thank you everybody watches my videos. It means so much. Subscribe. People who subscribe, thank you. Or even just leave a comment or a thumbs up. Thank you. It all means a lot that people actually watch my mad ramblings about music and the records that I'm still buying after all these years. So, with that, thanks all. Catch you all again soon in the next video.